What's up everyone, Darkscream217 here, and I saw the comments on my request time. The majority have spoken, and they want me to talk about Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt, the DVD/English dub. I still have plans to do the Genshiken discussion video for those who voted for that, so don't worry, that will come eventually, hopefully after this video. I just made that request thing just to see what my audience would like to see, and as long as there's a few amount of people that want to see me talk about Genshiken, I'll do it. And there are some people who never heard of this series before, and I would like to get them into it because it's not only one of my top favorite anime series, it's also one of my top favorite manga series. And as for the High School of the Dead review, that's also starting to look more like a possibility, considering I saw a good amount of votes for that, but I have to cater to the majority first, and that is on my DVD discussion of Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. Now, this entire video is not going to be me talking on camera. I just put it up here so I can show you guys that I did in fact buy this DVD collection right here. Panty and Stocking on the front, scanning knee socks on the reverse side. There's a little title bar. About 2 DVD cases. The DVD box itself is actually really pretty to look at. I can't get my eyes off of it. It's actually not that perverted and disgusting to look at. Usually this show is very raunchy. I thought the DVD case would be too. But no, it's not. It's just, it shows some of the characters in this really blue, purple, pink-like backgrounds. Inside of DVD cases is just as innocent. See, there's one side with Panty on the front, Stocking on the back. First 7 episodes on this DVD right here. And that's Chuck right there. Now, the second case not only has the remaining 6 or so episodes, and Stockings on it, purple. By the way, that's fastener. That's fastener right there. And this is the bonus features disc. There's actually a lot of bonus content on it, which I will get into later. But as just from this face value, I thought that this is actually one of the prettier DVD collections I have. It does stand out a lot more. It does help make it stand out a lot more if I were to stack this up against one other DVDs I own. Anyways, now let's get on to the rest of the DVD discussion talks, shall we? Well, actually, before I begin with the talk about the DVD, I want to go back to my video that I did with Big Al when we discussed about Panty and Stocking a year ago. It was a 90-minute long video. We gave our pros, our cons, what we liked about this show, what we disliked. We butted heads on a lot of things. Generally a very fun video that I did with him. In the video, I've established some opinions, but they have changed now that I've rewatched the entire series, English dub. I used to originally think that Panty was a more likable character than Stocking, mostly because at the last 2 episodes of the series she got some really hardcore development. But now I think that they're just both on the same level of likability. Like, Stocking has her pros and cons, and Panty has her pros and cons to the point where I actually like both characters very, very much on an equal level. The second thing I said, I might have said this, was I thought the animation wasn't all that good. Then I rewatched the episodes Death Race 2010 and Le Diabolique, which is the episode that debuted the Demon Sisters, and I noticed that the animations do have some major highlights, especially when it tries to be more action oriented. Stuff is just really over the top awesome. So the animation I thought was a little better than I thought originally. Another thing is, either I noticed some more references, or the English dub has actually added more references, or both. There were some characters that were like very hidden in the background that resembled other characters from other Gainax shows, as well as some characters that possibly looked like characters from video games and other anime characters and maybe some other cartoon characters. During the music videos segment, D-City Rock, during the Lady Gaga intro, I saw like a chick on the far left that looked just like Jessie from Pokemon. That's just one of the examples. Also, another thing I want to talk about, I just kind of want to toot my own horn here. 5 minutes left of our video. Big Al and I talked about our predictions in the English dub because we heard Funimation, by the time that video was uploaded, we both knew Funimation announced that they got the hands of the series and they plan to release it with an English dub. We made some predictions, and I got 2 right on the spot. The English voice actress for Stocking, Monica Real, or Rail, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but I knew she was going to be the voice of Stocking, and would you know it, when I saw the English cast was announced, called it. I thought she would be a perfect fit for Stocking, and she was. Another prediction I made, I was skeptic about this, but I knew I was going to get this prediction right, was Chris Sabat voicing Garter Belt. We'll get more into Garter Belt and his English voice acting there, but again, I actually did say in the video that Garter Belt, Chris Sabat was a possible candidate to voice Garter Belt, and I called it. Alright, that's enough horn tootin'. Now, if you haven't figured it out yet, this little opinion on the DVDs and dub is meant for those who already seen this series on Crunchyroll, so there's going to be spoilers ahead. But in case you're a new viewer of mine and haven't seen my previous video with Al, I'll give out a quick opinion / recommendation to you now. By the way, I have shown the entire show to a friend of mine who hasn't seen it, much less heard of it before, and he loved the show too. However, alright, anyways, if you have seen and liked some over-the-top anime comedy shows like Excel Saga, Little Bit Fooly Cooly, Magical Shopping Arcade, Abanabashi, Dragon Half, or anything on those levels of humor and insanity, and if you're okay with some extremely insane, raunchy, what the fuck can they really air this type of comedy with some homages to Western animation, then yes, I do highly recommend this show to you. It's fun, risque, and it gave me a lot of laughs. To determine on how raunchy it is, though, if you were able to survive watching a cartoon like Drawn Together, uncut, then you could definitely handle Panty and Stocking, and especially the OVAs. However, if sex jokes are not your thing, or if you've seen this show before and didn't like it in the first place, then obviously I can't recommend buying this DVD. Watching the show in another language would not change your mind about it. Alright, let me just get one con from the dub out of the way, because the rest of this video regarding the dub is going to be pretty positive. However, regarding the Demon Sisters, Scanty and Knee Socks, in the English dub, when they talk about the rules, they don't roll their R's in the English dub. I don't know how to do that tongue roll thing, so I can't provide an example. However, if you look up like fan art, fan discussions, quotes, you'll see it everywhere. It's actually part of their characterization. And I'm kind of shocked that Funimation did not have it in their dub. I'm not going to go into any more details about that because I don't want it to be, I don't want it to be like extremely nitpicky, because despite that little annoyance, I thought the English dub of Panty and Stocking was damn near perfect. I believe the dub is what caused me to like the show even more. I mean, at first, I used to like the show, but then when I saw it again, I just fucking loved the show. To me, it was like watching The Big Lebowski. At first, I was like, oh, okay, the film's okay. And then I watched it more and more and more, and now The Big Lebowski is one of my favorite films. That's basically the same reaction I got out of Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. Now, and the English dub, the script out of that definitely gave me more laughs out of me than the Japanese dub. I don't know if it's the raunchier language, the extra stuff they put in there, but I definitely love this dub more, and it's really hard to go back to the Japanese version. They definitely do swear a lot. I'm not gonna lie. For example, whenever Panty and or Stocking eliminate a ghost, in the Japanese dub, they do their little transformation sequence, and then they say their little phrase, and before they do their attack, they say repent. However, in the English dub, apparently the Anarchy Angels went to Samuel L. Jackson's school of ass kicking, because now they say, repent, you motherfucker. They do play it up to 11 on this. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure because it's been over a year since I've seen it in Japanese. But regardless, I think it's okay with a show like this since it's already raunchy and meant to be full of bad language anyways. So why not add a little extra fuck there, or some extra shit just for laughs? And yeah, I do get some chuckles out of swearing sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Even bleep language, I do find I do laugh my ass off in. They don't bleep the language here, and they don't have an extra audio track with the language being censored out. So it's all pure 100% uncut with the language. Not only the extra language, there was also some more Western references in the dialogue. For example, in the second episode where Panty and Stocking go to high school, they meet the popular girl who is secretly a ghost named Queen Bee. However, she has an alias named Barbie, and because of this, Panty and Stocking make more jokes on her expense, alluding to the Mattel toy line. Even during the action sequences, they reference that fucking doll more and more. Other examples that made me laugh about the dialogue in Panty and Stocking. One example is from One Angry Ghost. By the way, the Abrams, the lawyer monkey, was still a badass. Now, when Panty and Stocking got electrocuted for their execution since they were wrongfully accused of murdering a ghost that everyone liked, which was a parody of Stimpy, Stocking's little S&M fetish kicked in, and the shit she says in the English dub just got me howling so hard. I'm not gonna tell you what she said because it might be just too raunchy for this video, but there's just a shitload of examples on how much I love the English dub over the Japanese one that I don't know if I can give out too much without giving everything away. I warned spoilers, but I don't want to spoil everything, but I just really love this dub. I haven't seen an English dub of a comedy anime this hilarious to listen to since Excel Saga. So anyways, I just want to cover some of the voice actors individually. The English voice actress for Panty is Jamie Marshi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that last name right, and I've hardly seen a live anime with her voicing any characters. I know she voices the main protagonist in the Witchblade anime, but I've only seen the first episode so far. However, she does a great job voicing the angel addicted to dick. I really don't have anything else to say about her. I mean, she manages to, sound like a sex addict, as well as being a little aggressive and bitchy and witty and likable at the same time. Nothing else to say about her, but great job. Next is Ma Carrel voicing Stocking, which I predicted as such. I knew she would voice Stocking because I own a lot of DVDs licensed by ADV, and I have seen her do so many roles with so many different types of voices, but generally she has a very cutesy voice, so sometimes she does voice a really cutesy character. Also, she voices Hyatt in Excel Saga, Manamo Kurosawa in Azumanga, which is the gym teacher, Sayaka number 6 in Pony Pony Dash. I believe she's the new voice for Bulma in Dragon Ball Z Kai, which I really liked. So obviously it would make sense that Stocking, because she had a Japanese in the Japanese dub she had a very cutesy voice. So the English dub of Funimation, which also has some voice actors that I've seen from ADV licensed shows, that they would get their cutesy voice equivalent to be Stocking. That's how I made that prediction. And I actually do like this voice actress a lot, so maybe I am being a bit biased, but I'm sorry, I like stuff. I mean, hell, I got her autograph from Louisiana a couple years back, and I know from participating in the 18 Up panel that night at the same con, her favorite swear word is cunt. But Stocking sounded exactly as I thought she would, so and that's a good thing. Didn't have any doubts about that at all. Now, Chris Abbott voices Garterbelt, something I also predicted, but I was still skeptic about because I didn't think he would pull it off. Um, However, I do remember that in the original Funimation dubs of Dragon Ball Z, he voiced a lot of characters besides Piccolo and Vegeta. And when I found out how many characters he voiced, I was kind of surprised. And it showed that the dude can really switch up his voice for any character he can provide, or he can voice. But that still made me skeptic on him voicing Garterbelt. However, and I do say however a lot, I'm sorry, I was surprised to see him provide a really good, sassy black preacher voice for Garterbelt, to the point where I actually like Garterbelt even more as a character because of this actor. And hell, a lot of his lines were worth a few chuckles. Like in the Transformers parody, he sees Brief kneeling down and Garter goes, "Why are you on your knees? Are you offering your services to the Lord, or are you just, offering?" So I had my doubts, but I was kind of wrong for having my doubts in the first place. Garterbelt's really awesome in this show now. Alright, that's all the voice actors I'm going to go into detail for, because if I try to go for every specific one, we'll be here all day. So I'm just going to give out some quick thoughts about everyone else. Scanny and Esox, despite the complaint I made earlier, were also very damn good. Corset, since he's voiced by Chris Ayres, picture Frieza from Dragon Ball Z Kai with an insane bondage fetish, and there you go. And in the Transformers parody episode, Transhomers or Transhormers, expect some of the memorable quotes from the 1986 cartoon movie, and a pretty decent imitator of the G1 narrator from the cartoon series as well. Now, let's just skip on ahead to DVD features. Now, all the DVD features were packed onto a separate third disc, and most of them are just like Japanese commercial ads for the show, and even a US trailer. However, if that's not your thing, there's also the entire Panty and Stocking OVA collection, which are like little mini episodes, and they do have their own English dub in there too. A behind the scenes of the final episode sequence. I'm not going to say what it is if you haven't seen it already and still watching this video, because this is a big spoiler. And a Japanese like live action discussion of the series. Let me see. It was called a live talk at Loft/+1. That's about 20 minutes long too. Plus, if one of your favorite moments of the show is when the ghost explodes in that live-action sequence with the pyrotechnics and stuff, then get this. There's an entire 20-minute long compilation of all the explosions of each ghost, and they have different camera angles and different speed angles for all the explosions. And there's also behind-the-scenes look on what goes on during the ghost explosions, entire documentary to that. And I don't know how long the documentaries on the ghost explosions are, but they should be pretty long. However, my favorite part of the bonus features is the 15-minute outtake reel for the English dub. In the outtakes, they're line flubs. The voice actors talk about their favorite moments when they worked on the show, some dirty jokes they provide, and almost 4.5 hours of Terry Dottie trying to belch. That's the last part, which I thought was pretty damn funny. So yeah, those are all the bonus features. The only complaint I have is that I wish there was a commentary track for at least one of the episodes. I do love listening to commentary tracks about the English dub of a certain anime. ADV did it a lot, especially with the first Slayers movie as well as Slayers Premium. Um, and I think Funimation does a few commentary tracks on other shows too. But I do like to listen to them. It was a bummer that they didn't have one for a particular episode. So, closing thoughts. While I did like Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt before, thanks to this English dub, I now love the show even more. If I haven't made it clear enough already. If you like the show when you saw on Crunchyroll or whatever, I do recommend picking up this DVD. Totally worth it. I found a copy of it online on Right Stuff for about $40. The English dub is just fucking awesome. When I saw it in English, I definitely got more chuckles, laughs, and some laugh out loud knee slapping moments out of the show more than the Japanese version. The DVD features were pretty good, but I still wish they had had at least one episode with a commentary track on it. I already explained in detail about that, but I thought the DVD features were pretty nice, and it sounded like that Funimation had a lot of fun making this show. Or dubbing the show, really. They sound like they had a lot of fun dubbing this show. Hell, I would too if I come into work every day and I'm allowed to say shit, piss, cunt, motherfucker, cocksuck, all that shit. Wouldn't you? Well, that's all I have to say. Leave a comment if you wish. Darkscream217 signing out, and I will get that Genshiken video out soon. Hopefully after this one, or sometime later, but yes, I do want to talk about Genshiken. So expect that video to come out sometime soon.